Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the DVC Show. Coming up, we're going to talk about what to do at a DVC resort when you're not going into a park. Welcome, everyone, coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined in the studio this week by my good friends, senior editor for DVCFan.com, Mr. Paul Krieger.
Hey, everybody.
His amazing wife, Amy Krieger.
I don't know about amazing. Hello.
Oh, I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
My opinion is the only one that matters. And from DVC, from the World of DVC, I always forget your title.
There's a few of them, so
Kerri,
I can understand why.
Kerri McPherson.
Yeah, sales and marketing director, and then brand ambassador for the DVC rental store.
There you go.
There you go. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those shows.
I
Folks.
know.
It's going to be one of those shows. One of those shows. And of course, our producer, Mr. Corey Fiasconaro.
Welcome home.
Now, Fiasco, this was your idea?
Yes. Yeah, so I was thinking of, through the lens of a vacationer, which I was a vacationer to Walt Disney World at one time, as we all were, and some still are. When you come here...
Throwing some shade at the Kriegers.
Yeah.
Some still are.
Yeah.
Used to it.
Not for long, though.
Not for long.
Couple more months.
But so I was thinking, like, when you come here for a week or any extended period of time, you don't go to the parks every single day usually. So, I mean, I think all of us are pretty much experts on Walt Disney World, especially at this point, of things that you can do not only in the parks, but outside of them as well. I know that we've all done quite a few things, so I figured we'd chat about it and kind of give our input on what to do on your no park day, other than just lounge at the pool or what have you.
Okay. All right. So what you start then?
All right, I'll start.
This was your idea?
Yeah. Okay.
You carry the show.
I've
I'm
mentioned
going to
it
answer
before.
emails. I'm kidding.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean, I'll mention first. I've mentioned this before, but I think one of the coolest things you can do on a no park day is do the Wanyama Safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. What this is, it's a personal safari. Well, not so personal, but can be depending on how big your group is. You're going to go out on a safari truck with 10 people. So if your party is 8 to 10 people, it's your personal truck. In my case, when I did it, it was just me and Haley. So there was 2 with 2 other larger groups of 3. And you go around and you see all the animals on the Animal Kingdom Lodge safari. And unlike the Kilimanjaro safari, you can actually ask them to stop. So like if you're getting up on a baby giraffe and you're like, ooh, I want to see this baby giraffe longer, you just say, hey, can we stop here and I can take video of the baby giraffe, and they'll do it. Not only will they do it and stop the vehicle, but they'll let the giraffe come in and just stick their head in and be like, hey, what's up? I'm a baby giraffe. It's crazy. It's so cool. But
that's when Fiasco screamed like a 12-year-old girl.
It's a little surreal. We didn't have the giraffe stick their head in. We were just told that that's okay and that may happen, but they got really, really close. I'll try and find the footage that I have here, put it above me right now. But it's amazing. And then it ends off with a dinner at Gico. This is a special dinner that they'll do. It's not like you're just ordering off the menu. They basically bring you a little bit of everything family style, basically literally everything on the menu. And every course, there was 4 or 5 courses. Every course came with a wine pairing, which obviously kind of sucks for me because I don't drink. So I kind of feel like the wine pairings were definitely worked into the price of that. And they all had a story, this one's from Zimbabwe and it's served like this and da-da-da-da-da. And it was kind of a big part of the thing. But I was like, oh, I don't drink. What can you do? And they did bring me mocktails. So that was cool. But definitely consider that if you're not a big drinker, I believe the price was I'll put a correction if I'm wrong, but I believe the price was about $280 a person. And definitely the wine pairings were worked into that price, but the dinner was great. And if you've also never eaten at Gico before, which is, in my opinion, it was the best meal I've ever had on Walt Disney World property, but it's also inconsistent. So sometimes I'll go and I'll be like, that was like the best food ever. I can't wait to go back. Oh my God, it's so good. And then I'll go back again. I'll be like, it was kind of off tonight. So there's a lot of restaurants that doesn't happen at, and it's just always good. But if you've never been to Chico before, it is a good first experience to kind of try everything.
And just, I just pulled it up on our site, the Wanyama Safari. When it was running, we don't know what it'll be when it comes back, because right now it's not operational. But it's a 3 hours, including dinner at Chico's, $209 a person, $209 a person. And there are no discounts available. No discounts.
I want to do it. I want to draft to be that close.
And talk to you in Corey Fiasconaro voice as well. Like that, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Does
so
he
the
wear his
giraffe
baseball
posts his
hat
head
on
out.
backwards?
That giraffe throws his voice very
Welcome home.
Yeah.
All right, somebody in the audience needs to animate a giraffe. Fiasco's voice.
Yeah.
This I want to see. We have him as which one? Was it Heat Miser or Snow Miser they did?
I was definitely Snow Miser. Actually, the show that just went up today, we're recording this in June. The show that just went up today, I put the images of both me and Paul up that DVC fan members edited of us. So I think Paul would be Heat and I would be Snow.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
But I think they have to do it with your baseball hat on backwards because that's my favorite thing about you.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Wow, that's a glowing recommendation for Fiasco.
So
My
it's
favorite
like-
thing about you is that you have a baseball hat on backwards.
That's it.
It makes me, that's the only thing. That's the only redeeming
thing,
trait about me.
My favorite things about Fiasco is a very, very long list. It's a very long list. He's incredible. He's my guy.
Yeah.
He gets so much work done. This guy, it's ridiculous.
You know, we could just change the topic to the show right now to
What we love about
What we
Fiasco.
love about Fiasco.
top 5 reasons why Fiasco rules, and we'll just scrap the No Park Day.
All right. I could go on.
Thank you, guys.
It'll get views.
So, okay, what about you, Paul?
So I'm actually surprised you didn't bring this up, Fiasco. But any non-park day, first thing that comes to mind is hitting up a spa, doing a massage or something like that. Now, currently, none of the spas at Walt Disney World have reopened, but there's writing on the wall. We talked about it in another show that we filmed today, that the Alani Spa just is reopening. So, I mean, here's hoping. If Hawaii is doing it, which has been very strict with their restrictions, is able to open the spa there, then I think Walt Disney World is going to do it here as well. The number one thing that I really loved, it's hard, and Pete, I know you've talked about this some, that to find the silver lining of the past year, but in our trips last July, last August, and those type of things, what we loved to do was just explore the resorts on a no park day.
Yeah.
Walk around the resort, check out all of the cool art, check out all of the cool nuances, find the hidden Mickeys that are in the resort, all of that kind of stuff. And there's various resorts will have certain tours. I know Wilderness Lodge specifically has like a little tour that you can go on, and they'll tell you little things about the resort and that kind of stuff. But I really love doing that. We've basically we've made it like a new tradition on our trips that once per trip we take a day and we try to hit basically every resort that we're not staying at that trip. So we bounce around on transportation and all
Every
that.
DVC resort.
Yeah,
We don't hang around.
We don't
Some-
like to hang around the All-Stars all that much, but
It's not a lot to do.
But we hit up all the DVC resorts just to see what's new, what's going on, and that kind of stuff. And that just sort of completes a very it doesn't sound relaxing because we're like running all over the place on our no park day, but it's fun. Like, it's what we love to talk about. It's what we love to do. So I would say mine would start off with a trip to the spa if it was reopened, get a massage or something like that, tour around the resorts, refresh myself with anything new or stuff like that. Or if you've not really actually dove deep into a resort before, do that, because I mean, you are a DVC member. You've bought interest into these resorts, so learn about them, and I think you'll have some fun doing that. And there's all kinds of cool activities to do and that kind of stuff.
Okay, does anybody else have this experience when they go to other DVC resorts that they don't own at? I go, I should get a contract here.
Oh.
Every
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. Mhm.
It is, yeah, it's I did that at Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah.
The first time I stayed at Bay Lake Tower, I'm like, okay. I did a little meme thing. I'm gonna like Roy Scheider from Jaws, and we're gonna need a bigger contract. I was like, I did. I ended up buying 2 contracts at Bay Lake Tower because.
Yep.
So that happened, and like we just did an Alani show, and I'm sitting here scoping Alani contract because like there's something wrong with me.
To piggyback on all that topics about visiting the resorts, I would also like to mention when I came here on vacation, I almost never ate at the resorts because I always had my staples that were out in the parks and then in Disney Springs. So on my no park day, we were hitting up Disney Springs. We were eating there. We were never going out of our way to take Disney transportation to the resorts and eat there. You should do that though, because the resorts have some of the best dining, if not the
best.
unstoppable best dining on all of Walt Disney World property. And I didn't even start to go out of my way to them until I moved here. And that's something that I would highly, highly recommend you do on your no park day.
And that this is especially true in my favorite place to do a DVC stay no park day is a Wilderness Lodge. Whether that's Copper Creek, Boulder Ridge, doesn't matter. Geyser Point, Whispering Canyon, right there. You had me at Geyser Point. The grounds are so relaxing. Just walking around those grounds, so relaxing. When the marinas are open and you can rent either one of the water mice or the pontoon boat and go out on the lake.
That was so fun.
I do not understand why that has not come back yet.
It doesn't make any sense.
Fishing
Yeah,
excursions did just resume, so I think that
Yeah. I don't want to fish.
They're starting
wanna
to clean
fish.
the boats.
We
saw
saw
them
them
cleaning the pontoon boats.
So, and I'm going to tell you what, as soon as those pontoon boats open, you know, I'm going all African Queen on Bay Lake. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. And, you know, when, like, I think my welcome home stay was at Boulder Ridge. And I did that with my mom. We have a video of it somewhere. Fiasco will throw a link to it in the description. And, you know, with mom, I don't, you know, she's 91 years old. I don't take her around the parks, especially not in the heat. So going out on the pontoon, we had so much fun. I got a great picture of us somewhere on that pontoon boat. And even recently, I still haven't finished editing the video. It was like 7 months ago, where we did it. You know, I was doing it for our Moving to Orlando channel. You know, I get asked the question all the time as a local living here in Orlando, why do I own DVC? So I wanted to put together a video that kind of showed why. I love having it because I was able to just pop onto member services. Oh, look, there's a Grand Villa available for a night, and booked the Grand Villa. Got a reservation at Whispering Canyon. Just hung out at the resort, and it's a great way to decompress. Great way to decompress. So what about you, Kerri?
It's the same. It's become our staple in my family. I'm from New England. I'm from just outside the Boston area. And my mom will always say, they'll come down for a week or two, or sometimes now a month or two. They're older and retired. And she'll say, we're going to do the parks on a certain day. And then when do we do our resort tour? And so we have to do the resort tour for her.
It.
But we love it, right? Oh, I can do her real well. Yeah, she's hysterical. But that's always built into the vacation, you know, is going around and visiting the resorts. But one of the best things that we did a long weekend at Copper Creek, which is one of my personal favorites. I love the grounds too, and Geyser Point. Does it get any better than sitting out there? But we took the walking path from Wilderness Lodge over to Fort Wilderness, and we went to the stables and saw the horses and the new barn, and the goats are out there. And I don't know what my thing is with baby goats, but they're so cute. And it was the most relaxing afternoon. It wasn't hot just yet, so the weather was like really perfect. Wandered around there. I think it's about 3 miles maybe or so, maybe 5 miles round trip. So you get a good walk in if you're a walker. And then we came back, we got a little picnic together, and we went on a pontoon boat around Bay Lake. And that was without stepping into a park at all. And it was just my family. We had a great time. We had something to eat. We got a little exercise in, went over to see the new barn. And it was fantastic. And I think people forget about the resorts and all the activities that there are to do, that we're so focused on the park and the park open and the parade and this and that. Slow down for just a little bit and really take in the magic and the essence of Disney.
And this is especially true for, I think, for DVC members, because we come all the time. We're always, we love being at Disney World so much. We're literally buying real estate in order to do it every year, multiple times a year. And after a while, you want different experiences. And, one of the things I suggest to people too, and I'm sorry, the neighbor, I'm not even going to go there. Neighbor's doing her yard finally for like the first time since the pandemic started, because it looks like the house next door to me is abandoned. Today, I'm going to start that one. I wouldn't mind so much if she wasn't such a witch. But anyway, the opportunity to do other things when you're here all the time. One night, go onto Restaurant Row in Dr. Phillips and eat at one we just ate at Christini's in Dr. Phillips.
So good.
And the guy, Chris Christini, the guy who started the restaurant, was also the guy who launched the restaurants in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot. Tutto Italia was his restaurant. And he decided he wanted a challenge not too long after Epcot opened. And he went into Dr. Phillips, which apparently was like land then.
Orange groves.
Orange groves,
right.
And he opened Christini's. And it's a 5-star restaurant. Yeah. It is, the food is beyond. Because you'll have the experience I had, which was I went into Christini's and I ate, and I'm like, Tutto Italia has fallen. Like, what was Tutto Italia ever this good? But there are those stories, there are those places, all around Orlando, that a non-park day is right. The town is right for that. Really is.
I think that's one of the benefits too of having DVC is you have, whether it's a small kitchen, a big kitchen, whatever your room size is, you can kind of prepare with some snacks and whatnot that you don't even have to really leave your resort. Or if you do go do the resort hopping, you can pack snacks for the kids and kind of get everybody set up as you sort of taste your way around the different resorts. You've got snacks for the interim if you're taking the monorail or the Skyliner. It just makes it so much easier. I know when I was a guide for Disney, a lot of my guests would say that, but we're always here for the park. We're never in the room. And I'd have to remind them, I think you'll be surprised at how much time you'll actually spend.
When the room is like that,
you'll spend some time.
Okay. You walk into a 1-bedroom at Old Key West, it's like, oh, no, this isn't the All-Star.
Right. Yeah, you'll sit and have a meal. You'll enjoy that.
Absolutely.
You'll enjoy the space.
Well, it's like, I remember when I stayed at Bailey Tower for the first time, I had a 1-bedroom. And I likened it to having an apartment, my own apartment, walking distance to the Magic Kingdom, because that's exactly what it felt like. Yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? I might actually be able to live here. How many points do I need for that? It really is. I mean, there's so many options. So many options. And even different options at different resorts. If you're staying at the Grand, if you're staying at the Poly, if you're staying at Old Key West. Saratoga Springs.
Yeah, big one.
The walking distance over to Disney Springs. And now all of a sudden your non-theme park day is like loaded with options for eating, shopping. I mean, and thank God the theaters are open. AMC's open again.
AMC's open, right.
It was so nice. Went to go see a movie the other night. Went to see Cruella, which, oh my God, was so good. And I'm like, oh my, this is so nice. This is so nice.
You remember they used to do parasailing out at Bay Lake? Do they still do that?
No.
They don't do that anymore?
I think, not
at
the moment.
Not now.
But I mean, prior to the pandemic, they were.
I feel like they had maybe gotten.
I feel like that went away a long time ago.
Really? I feel like I saw it, but maybe
so.
not.
I don't think so.
That was just a great kind of bucket list item. I felt
well,
like too,
that's also known as the brain eating amoeba tour, because you're dipping into a lake that is so filthy and disgusting. There's a reason I closed the Tuesday show with the line "Stay out of the damn lakes." Because there's a reason why they have big signs and now gates and seawalls built to keep people out of the lake. So, it might be that, maybe like having an advertisement of people dipping into the water, probably not a good idea.
Sure, fair enough. Yeah.
So they might have stopped it. I don't know. But parasailing's never something I'm going to do. Never, ever.
We did it in New Jersy.
Oh,
we used to love it.
Oh,
I actually
parasailing in New Jersey. That's called shooting practice.
I had a terrible idea. So we got I proposed
like soaring over Newark.
I proposed to Amy in Cape May, New Jersey at Sunset Beach, and we went parasailing.
Nice.
We went parasailing the day before, and I had this like brief glimpse where I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna ask her to marry me when we're parasailing." But then like you start thinking of all the horrific things that could happen, like, "Oh."
I was going to ask you to marry me.
The wind comes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
goodbye. But yeah, no, we like parasailing. That was like a bucket
I don't
list
want to
thing.
parasail over like an alligator.
Okay.
No, me neither.
I'll
I
be
was
alone.
thinking more safely, like you lift out of the boat and then you get brought back.
I'll
into
get a
the
nice
boat.
big insurance policy, and then I'll be alone.
You know what's a nice
There's a
thing to do?
plan. He's sitting here hatching a plan. Am I going to be like accessory? I many nice places. I'm from New Jersey, so don't with the emails about New Jersey. And if you're from New Jersey, you understand exactly what I'm saying. I love New Jersey. Lots of beautiful areas. Cape May is one of them. Cape May is one of them. But, parasailing in general is not something I'm going to do. Parasailing over New Jersey?
Not high on the bucket list.
That's, like I said, soaring over Newark.
Have you done the afternoon tea at the Grand Floridian?
I haven't, because I'm not a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, well,
That is really high on our list. We were going to do it before COVID.
well I am a 12-year-old girl then at heart.
Yes.
I loved it. You would love it. I think you would.
Oh, okay.
Paul was excited for it.
I was super excited.
Oh,
It
the
is-
plot thickens.
Go to the spa.
I want
go
to see
the
Paul.
tea,
I want to see Paul in his tea hat
his parasol.
and parasol. I'll do that.
Just giving you the image.
Someone can
I
get
have no shame.
Yeah. Now, if you can edit that with a big floppy hat and a parasol,
Oh my gosh.
I'm in.
Okay.
I love it.
And also, where's the other place that does a tea? Is it the
The Waldorf Astoria, and it looks amazing.
Waldorf
Waldorf,
also has an
yes.
amazing tea that we've eyed up. A little less princessy. So
Waldorf, just totally off topic. The Waldorf in Bonnet Creek is one of the most underrated hotels
Oh, Bull
at
and
Walt
Bear.
Disney World in Orlando. It's a phenomenal hotel.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Bull and Bear, amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And with Victoria and Albert's being closed, I think Bull and Bear is like one of the best dining experiences on property right now.
And I'm sorry. I just have to, one of the things I love most about being a DVC member, my brother and his wife are in town, got into town today. I put them up in a 1-bedroom over at Copper Creek. And I just got a text message from him. What a beautiful room.
Aw.
Reason number 772 as a local.
Mhm.
I want DVC. Be able to do that, right? Be able to do that for your family. Best. And they're not going to parks, right? They were at the Poly for a couple nights. They had to go to Sarasota for a wedding with his wife's family, which he was dreading. And then come back for a couple of nights. We're having dinner tonight. And I put him up at Copper Creek. And I love this. I love this.
I love the topic of this because, like, just like you said, they're not going to a park, and everybody races to the parks, and the parks are phenomenal. You know, Epcot's my happy place, Magic Kingdom, I cry, but the resorts have so much to offer as well, and so many unique things too. It doesn't matter how many times you're here, you can do something completely different. And then if you don't like it, like the tea, you don't ever have to do it again.
See, my brother and sister-in-law, they'll hang out at the pool.
Yeah.
I mean, for them, a day at the pool,
Yeah, it's great.
they're in. They're in. For my brother, especially if there's a pool bar, he's really in, and he's not leaving. I don't make him sound like an alcoholic, but he likes to have his beer. So there is so much, and that's why I tell people, like, you know, when I hear the objection of, oh, you know, I don't have kids, and I'm not in the parks, I'm not in the rides. You don't have to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. And again, great. Another reason I love Disney World. There's something for everyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your interests are. I remember my ex-husband, when we first started dating, you know, no, Disney, no. Then I took him to, and because he was nature boy, right? He's nature boy. He's going to garden and he's going to climb stuff, and God bless him. Took him to Fort Wilderness. And he was like, oh, okay. After that, all of a sudden, Disney, not so bad. Disney, not so bad. I have so many stories of conversions like that. I'm like, give me a few days. Just spend a few days with me. I'll make you a fan. It's what I do for a living. But yeah, it is. There's just so much. And like I said, at every resort, there's something different. There's something different for you to experience. Do, you know, the Grand, especially now that you can walk. You can walk over, you know, you can walk over to the Poly. You can walk to Magic Kingdom. Walk to Magic Kingdom. Grand Floridian Cafe was just there recently, having breakfast. Food's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Enchanted Rose is another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Enchanted Rose
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for drinks, but
Yes.
also like just get the entire appetizer menu. You'll thank me later.
We just like in general hopping around to the lounges, you
Mhm.
know, the ones that are at the DVC
Mhm.
deluxe resorts. We did like a monorail crawl. I don't drink, but there's a lot of really fun like mocktails. There's a mocktail called a Kiki Lemonade at Tambu Lounge that just, you know, real fresh pineapple, and so you could just hop around, and, you know, when the monorail is in full service, you know, hop off at different resorts and try different drinks, and that's something fun to do.
With so many resorts too, the restaurants are not quite open just yet. I think we'll see a resurgence fast and furious, but we just went to Sanaa a couple of Saturdays ago. Couldn't get a reservation, so did mobile ordering, went and picked it up, and went upstairs to the library that's up there.
Oh, nice idea.
Nice.
Isn't that great? And sat right at the window with the Savannah. So we had everything we needed except the server to come over and refill drinks, which, you know, that's okay. Had the bread service, we had our meal, we had our dessert, we had our drinks with the Savannah. And then we said, what do we do with all of our trash? What do we do with all this? So we put it all back in the bag, sealed it back up, and we walked back. And of course, the cast member at Sanaa, the hostess, she said, how was your dinner? We said, it was delicious. I'll take the trash for you. Thank you. Have a great day. And she like walked us to the elevator. I mean, she could not have been
Yeah.
more gracious. And we were like the mobile ordering, so we weren't sure how the service was going to be. And it was phenomenal. So it was just a great like little picnic idea when we couldn't get a reservation to
That's
do
a
mobile
great
ordering.
idea.
Yeah, we did.
See, I would just go for Sanaa. I just go there and sit in my car, get my food, sit in my car.
I mean, it's
Ask
tastes
for
the same.
extra napkins. They were a little chintzy on the napkins, so we're going to do that. Get extra napkins.
We did Kona Cafe mobile order last night. Just sat on the balcony of the Polynesian.
Perfect.
You know, it's
Are they only doing mobile order?
no,
They're
we
doing
just couldn't
table
get a
service.
reservation.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Yep, and you get your 10% off if you do the mobile order at some of these sit-down restaurants. It'll actually come up on the My Disney Experience app and say DVC 10% off. So you're getting your
nice.
Blue Card members, direct members, are getting their 10% off dining discount by doing those takeout orders as
It's
well.
actually happening for everybody.
Oh, it's happening for everybody.
Oh, I love that she's here to correct him. That's like my new favorite thing. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that, folks. That's going to do it for this episode of our show. We'll see you again next week with another edition of the DVC Show. Have a great week.